Hey everybody, back for another review. If you checked out my video about 5 indie games that are coming out for the Switch and that are out right now, you'll know that I was working on a full review for Chronobreach Ultra. My first impression of this game was fairly positive and I liked the premise, but as I played through the game, I started to get a little bit disappointed. This review may be a little bit more negative than some of my previous reviews, as I'll get into here in just a second. And if you haven't watched a review from me, I don't do review scores. I give a brief history in the description, some positives, some negatives, and finish up with some final thoughts. Let's get into it. Developed and published by Epsilon Games and Radaleki Games, Chronobreach Ultra is a time-bending action platformer about a cute robot with laser guns exploring a deadly factory. Warp time to outsmart your foes, dash through dangerous obstacles, and collect circuits to unlock more powerful weapons and super stylish skins. Will you be able to prevent time from stopping forever? This was released for PC in 2021 and then on other platforms on June 30th, 2023. I played this obviously on the Switch. I stumbled upon this game when I was looking for content for the video that I just mentioned before, and it kind of stuck out to me. I like a good action platformer, and the idea of using bullet time was a great idea. I was also drawn into the music of this game, which was fast-paced and action-heavy. The gameplay uses a lot more buttons than I thought. You use the left stick to move and the right stick to aim your gun. The R button is used to jump, high jump, or double jump, and ZR is used to shoot. You can also enable an auto shoot feature to be used by the right stick, which I used a lot more as it made the flow of combat a lot easier, especially when you get into the time-based abilities. And speaking of time-based abilities, the L button is used to slow down time and the ZL button is used to dash. These are used in combination with each other and create opportunities to inflict massive damage on enemies. They are used by the blue mana bar called Chronoflux, and it will recharge over time. The best time-based ability is used by the X button. It stops time and allows you to shoot enough bullets in a single area, but you do have to attack enough to fill up the blue orb on your health bar. This is very useful for dealing with bosses or enemies that have large health. You are able to carry 2 weapons that you can switch to with the Y button at any point, and there are a good amount of weapons ranging from a standard pistol, automatic rifles, a rocket launcher, and even a sword. You can purchase these in the hub with the circuits found after defeating enemies, which also heals you, so you are incentivized to take out as much enemies as you can. Now, let's talk about the positives. Even though there can be a lot to manage with the controls, once you get into the flow, it is fun to use your weapons in conjunction with your ability to maneuver around and deal massive damage. My favorite was using time stop and shooting rockets to one spot. I also like the generous checkpoint system that refills all your bars and acts as a save point. It made it easier between game sessions as I could start from right where I left off. It was always a good relief when I entered a room that had one of these checkpoints. The best feature of this game, in my opinion, is that you can go to the hub or store area from the pause menu. I'm not sure if I've ever played any platformer like this, and it allows you to go to the store at any point. That's usually reserved for the end of a level after you beat a boss or at the midpoint. There's also a level select area that shows up in the hub as well. Sadly, this is where my positive stopped, as I had several issues. While I understand that this game takes place in a factory, it was boring seeing the same tile set for the entire game. The music did not vary as much for me aside from the boss fights. There are also sections where you basically have to destroy all enemies to progress through the level, and it really slowed down the action for me. What started out as a nice run ended in me slowing down and making sure I lined up my shots to take on all enemies in the area, and some of these enemies were a bit annoying, like this one Electra robot that was hard to see at times because of the darkness. I know that was the mechanic of this type of robot, but I did not really like it. It was definitely my least liked thing in the game. The bosses ranged from cheap and boring once you figured out a good strategy. Now it seems like that there are a lot more negatives to this game that I gave them positives, but don't let that keep you from playing this game, because I'm sure your gameplay will be better than mine, but my experience was pretty mixed at best. What started out as a good experience, in my opinion, turned out to be not as good as I thought, so I had a little bit of buyer's remorse, but I still had fun in some certain parts. Did you play Chronobreach Ultra? Was your experience similar to mine, or did you have a better time? Did you have a worse time? In any case, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm always down for a discussion of any of the games that I review down below. And of course, be nice please, because I want to have a helpful and fruitful discussion. And I'll be back for more indie game reviews like these, LPs, commentary, and other fun things related to gaming in the future. I'm always having a blast making this content for this channel, even though sometimes I get a little bit disappointed in the games that I'm playing. But be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. I appreciate you so much for watching. My name is Chike, and I will see you next time. Bye.